Yo, people. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to TKA Football. I was on a little hiatus because of the fact that there was not much news in the Arsenal space outside of the whole usual Eze stuff and blah, blah, blah. But now we got the whole, some interesting news, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And we'll speak about it one by one. Obviously, we're going to do the match reaction as well. It's good to be back. I just want to say, before I start off the stream and start off the whole show, I just want to ask you guys kindly to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. It would mean the world to me if we can hit 100 subscribers this stream, guys. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not subbed already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also drop a like. Now, I'm going to bring in the panelists. Today, we have a panel show, guys. My first ever panel show. You know what I'm saying? And you're alive to witness this. You know what I'm saying? Very, very interesting opinions from these panelists. Some amazing, some great Arsenal fans, some amazing guys as well. You know what I'm saying? And when I bring them in, I will link their channels and make sure to subscribe to their channels as well, guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring in the people one by one. First, we have my Cora Pod brother. You know what I'm saying? This guy, bro. We basically share the same opinions. You know what I'm saying? We always cook souls. We always cook sat. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not make sure to you know what I'm saying? Give a warm welcome to my brother, Sammy. Welcome, Sammy, bro. Welcome to the channel, my brother.
Big up T, big up the channel, big up everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Man, it's been a while, man. We haven't streamed.
Allah, bro. This sad guy, bro. This sad guy is gone, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, he's a fraud, man.
And he's a fraud, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you're in a different location, I see. Are you on vacation, bro, before I bring in the others?
Yeah, man, I'm in a vacation now. Vacation mode for like at least a month. I'm in Morocco, you know. Speaking of Korapod.
There you go. Cheeky little country plug. There you go. There you are. There you are. Anyway, guys, let's bring in the rest, bro. You know what I'm saying? My half Turkish, half English brother, you know what I'm saying? I consider him Turkish. You know what I'm saying? The love he has for the country, the love he has for my other club, Galatasaray. We share the same opinions. We share the same love for not only Galatasaray, but the country, Turkey as a whole. And that guy is none other than my brother, Abs. Welcome, Abs, bro. Welcome, bro.
Big up, brother. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up the panelists. It's going to be a very interesting show tonight. Big up my brother TK. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, then you're lacking. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get him to 100 tonight. All my subscribers that I have on my channel, make sure you slap the likes and make sure you're subscribing to TKA, my brother. Salam alaikum. Mahaba. Nasil Sin and all of that.
Guys, by the way, this is my first ever intro doing it with other panelists. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me, guys. I will make mistakes. I will be
T, you're doing well, buddy. You're doing very well, man. You're doing very well, man.
Hey, big up, bro. Big up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting the people know this is the first panel show. You know what I'm saying? Last,
own it,
but not least. You know what I'm saying? My guy. Basically share the same opinion as well. We're always angry. We are the toxic and negative people in the group chat. We are the, you know what I'm saying, considered the Standards FC people that not like nothing, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But he does have some amazing opinions because obviously he shares my opinion. It's none other than my bro. Wait. There you go. It's the Latvian Gunnar. Big up, bro.
Big up.
Big up.
Oh. Big up. Like, thank you for having me in the first place. Let's be real and go subscribe to TK, subscribe to everyone who is here, show some love, spread the word and everything. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm a bit of a straight strike, you know.
Hey, big up, bro. Big up. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to have you all here, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is the first ever panel show, like I said, of the TK Football channel. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be real talk, guys. You know what I'm saying? Everyone just tell what you actually feel, because I think so you know what, I'll rip the band-aid. I'll just start off straight away. I feel like people are actually telling fans how to feel, how to think after this specific game for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this is a preseason game against Villarreal. But guys, let's be real, yeah. Preseason is not about results, okay? Forget about the result. Forget about the whole penalty stuff. The whole penalty shit is only for players to get used to taking penalties, you know what I'm saying, in front of the crowd and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's not that important. But what is important is the form that these players show in preseason, because the league is going to start in like 1 week plus, in like 10 days or something, 12 days to 11 days. So it's not that far away. So obviously this is a situation where some fans expected these players to be fit. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to know, guys, what do you guys make of this preseason game? I'll let you guys go first. You know what? Let's start off with Sammy. Sammy, bro, tell me about what you think about this game, bro.
Well, if we're gonna look at the game in Villarreal, an individual, to be honest, it seemed that Arteta is still tinkering with the team. He still didn't figure out how to fit Gyökeres in the team. He seems that he first time plays with a number 9 in his team. I mean, he's used to guys like Havertz, Jesus, and Marino up top. So playing with an elite number 9, that means that you have to change the way you play. And the player that really impressed me the most is surprisingly is Madueke. I mean, he looked really sharp. He looked really good at that left wing. I mean, he's way better than Martinelli. I mean, from just a couple of minutes that he played when he was on the pitch, and maybe that's the way we want to play. I mean, football has changed in the past 20 years. We haven't seen those wingers that actually, I mean, left-footed playing in the left wing or right-footed playing in the right wing. We usually see the opposite, where, like the Ronaldos and all the Di Marias in these worlds. And having Madueke in the left wing, I think it's going to help feed Gyökeres in the box and get him more chances for him to score. But overall, I'm a little bit concerned. I know it's a preseason. I mean, we shouldn't really. I mean, it's not a measuring stick for Arteta. But I mean, if you guys recall, the first season we challenged back in 2022, 2023, if I'm not mistaken, in the preseason we really looked sharp. We really looked sharp. We looked on form. We looked in shape. But this preseason, I don't know what Arteta's doing, but it is a bit concerning to me. But I'm not gonna go crazy and go wild until the season start and the kickoff start of the season, and then I can judge Arteta. But honestly, if we can get a left winger, that would be a perfect summer for us. That we really need that left wing. Is it going to be Eze or is it going to be Rodrygo? We really look at it. We can see the deficit in the left wing, that we lack solutions. We lack people who can create chances. I mean, we're still depending on Saka. After 4 or 5 seasons, we're still depending on Saka solutions, and it's only Saka. Odegaard looked a little bit better, but overall, I think the game showed that we still are way behind. I mean, considering the fact that Chelsea are getting there, Liverpool are enhancing their team even though they won the league, and even United, surprisingly, I mean, they got really good strikers. So I mean, if anything, this game is telling us, for me it's quite alarming. But I'm not gonna lose my shit for it. But let's see until before the season starts, and let's hope we get a left winger before the transfer window ends. And for me, Arteta really, I mean, the game itself looked a little bit lethargic for me. It's a bit slow. It's a bit. I mean, the player looked stiff. It's like the first time they play with each other. I don't know what's going on there. Is it the instruction from Arteta? Is it the players still not informed? They haven't gelled enough together. But we'll see. We'll see. I would like to see the strong starting 11. I mean, and then we can judge. I mean, we want to see Rice, Zubimendi, and we want to see Odegaard. And then we can judge Gyökeres, because he removed Gyökeres from the game when he got the creative players in, which is Zubimendi, Odegaard, and then he moved Gyökeres. I mean, it's completely unfair to the guy. I mean, but hey, I mean, I'm not going to lose my shit for it. So let's wait and see.
It almost like he set him up for failure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, hey, you never know with this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get this guy. You know what I'm saying? You never know what this guy thinks. What his
I hope
mind
that's
is
not the
thinking.
case, T. I hope that's not the case.
Wallah,
T. I really
inshallah
hope so.
not. Inshallah not.
Yeah,
Because
man.
of the fact that also what you said we were relying on Saka. I will do you even one better. We were relying on Nwaneri and Max Dauman, bro. You know what I'm saying? We were not even relying on Saka.
True. Very,
we were
very
relying
true.
on the teenagers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true.
Anyway.
And he got us a penalty. I mean, Max Dauman got us a penalty. I mean, he looked really good. I mean, I like the young kid. I think he's going to have an impact this season
Yeah.
in one area as well. And I really hope they flourish, you know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Rob, what do you think,
Yeah.
bro? Speak to me, bro.
Oh, bloody hell. I spoke a lot yesterday about it, and well, there were some people that even asked me if I'm happy in my in life, basically, given how much I was pissed off on cussing everyone out to some extent. But I'm worried. Like, I know it's preseason and everything, but then again, we played Spurs in preseason, and for me, that's never a preseason game. Just like United a few seasons ago. Like, then we play against Villarreal team that has done us over quite a few times, let's be real, and the last memories from Villarreal games are not the most pleasant ones, to say the least. And it was more the same, because my expectations was that even if we didn't have Gyökeres, let's just say in preseason, right? I thought we would see something different, something new, something fresh. That was the hopium and copium, basically, to some extent. And we see the same old. Somehow it feels it's even slower than it was before. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm so used to it that I just see it the same way. And it's 6 years almost. 6.5, 5.5, 6 years, 6.5 almost. And the players that are carrying this team are the ones that Arteta, didn't buy. He hasn't even bought them, because Saliba he didn't buy, like Saka, he was here. Now look at Skelly and everything. They all have come mostly through the academy, or already were here, most of them that we rely upon. And it's very worrying. And now that I'm sitting here and they tell me that Madueke, and I still believe he's going to be the left wing, so and all that stuff for the season. And they tell us that Madueke deal is separate from Eze, separate from Rodrygo, whoever, let's just put it that way. And we do nothing. Like, we have signed Gyökeres, focus is on sales, and we still haven't sold a single player this transfer window. Like, it's very hard to imagine that we're gonna start the season at Old Trafford in 10 days? No, 9 days. 9? Yeah, 9 days at Old Trafford with our team ready. Because Havertz is injured. Well, depends how you look at it, good or bad. Depends, obviously, because there is still some possibilities that he might start over Gyökeres. There are some rumors rumbling around the fan base, of course. But overall, I'm not confident. I can see us getting top 4, but I don't see us getting further than that. And even if we sign Eze, it kind of, I don't want to say it guarantees us top 4, but makes us more secure in that top 4 spot. But to go for the league, for cups, I still don't see it. I haven't seen anything that would excite me. That is the nuts part, because I'm excited to see football. I'm excited to see different leagues. But when it comes to Arsenal, as much as I love Arsenal, I'm going to watch the games, I'm not the most excited to watch them play, because it's pretty much predictable what we're going to see on the pitch. And looking what has happened before and what's going to happen next season, I'm scared. Let's just put it that way. I'm scared, I'm worried, and to say that I'm disappointed is also, to some extent, an understatement. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I hear it, bro, definitely. Purely also because of the fact that the system just doesn't look different. It almost looks like the same boring, stale Arteta ball, you know what I'm saying? And you would think that when you buy players like Zubimendi, who's way more progressive than most of our midfielders, and someone like Gyökeres, who is a god man, you know what I'm saying, put him in front of goal, and everything will happen as long as you provide him with some good ass passes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we missed also in this game. But before I give my opinion, Abs, bro, What did you make of this game, bro? And what do you think about this whole controversy about fans? They cannot moan because it's preseason and blah blah blah. What do you make of all of this, bro?
Well, firstly, big up to the chat once again. Big up to the panel as well. I watched that game yesterday, and after the first 15 minutes, it looked like we ran out of ideas. It just looked like we was just running on empty. Players, you know, as soon as the 15-minute mark went, that's when Villarreal came back into the game. And this Villarreal, let's not gas them up, man. They're not that great of a team, yeah. They're not that great of a team. But the way we played, I was just disappointed from the outset. I was expecting, and the theme today already is excitement, boring, you know. Those two are contradicting each other because that's something that we're missing from the team. And this is a continuation, yeah, from last season. It's not just when, you know what I hate when we talk about pre-season, yeah. It's just pre-season. For me, it's not pre-season. I don't class a friendly as a friendly. How about that? I see a friendly, yeah, as a competitive match. Okay, you're not going to win a league or anything in this game. But I see it as a competitive game. Someone has to win, someone has to draw, and someone has to lose, yeah? If you look at our rivals now, they're looking at our games and they're actually judging us based on our performances as well. You lost to Tottenham. You lost to Villarreal. You know, Ghosterez. All of these kind of things, yeah, that they're throwing at us right now. In terms of our manager now, he just seems like he's just going through the motions again and again and again. And it seems to me like he can't get them to the next level, in my personal opinion. I can't see him getting these players to the next level. I'm seeing Saka regress, you know. He's not looking like the same Saka. Yes, we can give him excuses that he's not fully fit, but he's making the same runs. He's doing the same stuff. He's being marked up, you know, double marked up. Where is the solution for that, Arteta? Yeah, why are we playing the same patterns at the back? You know, pass at the back and just slowing the game down to a point where the other team can get into shape, have a nice back four. I saw at times, yeah, against Tottenham and against Villarreal, because these teams must actually watch our games, yeah, and watch how the other team defends against us. If you look at teams against us, when they go into a low block, they go like seven in a line at the back. And all we just do is just pass. Try and run down the wing with Martinelli. Martinelli tries, but he's denied. He done a couple of good things yesterday, but there was more wrong with his game than good. And as you said, TK, yeah, the best players on the pitch yesterday for me was Dalman and Wanyeri in the first half. Wanyeri was ripping their players apart. I still think Norgard, yeah, he worries me at times because against a more dynamic midfield, I don't think he's going to be able to cope, because him and Marino, they turn like, you know, Titanic ships. You know, they, you know, you have a Rodgers running at them, yeah, or someone like Eze or something like that. They're finished. They're finished. The goals we gave away were poor. I thought Kivior, what was he doing? He had a chance to clear the first one. I don't know why he was backing up like he was twerking, like it was carnival. I didn't get that. And the second goal was calamitous as well. Keeper as well. I don't know what's going on with Rare at the moment. I don't know whether he's shook because Kepa's there as well, but they're both mid goalkeepers. There's a lot wrong at the moment. And yes, we are in trouble right now, because anything happens to Rice, Zubamendi, we're down to this team, yeah? And as you saw, this team don't look like a team, yeah, that's capable of winning, you know, games against Man United, Liverpool's, Man City's, etc., etc. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now.
I mean, guys, You know what I'm saying? Every single one of you, I agree with. You know what I'm saying? I'll give my 2 cents about what I've saw and why I agree with you guys. First of all, like Aaron said in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I'll pull up his comment as well, just to give you. There you go. No coincidence, the 18 and 15-year-olds look really good because they haven't been overcoached yet. You know what I'm saying? And this is a Liverpool fan, you know? Also seeing what we're seeing with this manager and with this whole system, with this whole robotic stuff and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I think about the system. We all think the same about the system. It's very boring. It's not fun to watch. And the only reason people would accept a system like this, if this system ended up winning us games, winning us trophies, then you would stomach it and say, you know what? Go ahead. Play this boring football 1-0 to the Arsenal like the George Graham days. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. As long as you win at the end of the day. But, bro, what I saw in this game is these guys almost look like they didn't have vacation. You know what I'm saying? Bro, these guys look tired. They look overworked. They look uninterested. You know what I'm saying? It almost feels like what those players did yesterday was just winging it. Some of those things that they never do, they just tried some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just looked very weird, in my opinion. The fact that our one strong suit, defending, also didn't look amazing in the preseason in any game, in my opinion. It didn't look great. Okay, maybe the AC Milan game, if you want to count that, because it's the first game of the first preseason or the second preseason game. But in the last 2 preseason games, our defense looked very, very shaky, bro. And I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are rotating. We are starting with Kivior, bringing on Gabriel later on. We tried Mosquera on the right back, and then we shifted him to the right center back when we brought in Timber. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we did chop and change the defense, bro. But the fact that we are so lacking in defense is a reflection of how tired we look, how uninterested we look. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we just want to do very straightforward things instead of very clever stuff to outsmart your opponents. We don't do that, bro. We just expect, we are just playing FIFA with R1 pressed and we don't let it go. You know what I'm saying? We're just sprinting, bro. We're just sprinting. And we don't.
Do you think Arteta is capable of coaching an offensive way of football and not? I mean, defensively, we've seen Arteta really peak up, you know. But do you think offensively he's in that level to coach even the players we have? Even if you get him like the Rodrigos, the Gyökeres, do you think he actually can do it?
I mean, okay. Let me say one thing about that. Yeah. If a manager needs his perfect piece in every goddamn position, that means that manager is not good enough in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you look at this team in totality, we have a lot of positions filled with some amazing players. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell me that Zubimendi is not good. Nobody can tell me that Saka, Gyökeres, or even Ødegaard when he's in form. You know what I'm saying? Declan Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Bro, these are all amazing players. The only problem that we are facing in this team is our left winger. That's the only thing. If you deep it, bro, our main 11 is one left winger away to be basically being the perfect 11 for Arteta that he handpicked, basically. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that is an issue in the first place is a big red flag for me. And what you say about can he play attacking? I think he can. I don't think he will, because he just doesn't dare to do. You know what I'm saying? He's basically it almost feels like when that Saliba injury happened, and I heard other channels speak about this as well, and I want to highlight that because I feel like that is a great point that some other panel of some other content creators mentioned. It almost feels like this guy got PTSD from the 22-23 season when Saliba got injured. He had to play holding, and he got flustered because why didn't you play Kivior? You know what I'm saying? Why did you play holding instead of Kivior? Because he's new, because he's not ready. You know what I'm saying? Very stupid. And then he start going defensive to the point that we look like Stoke City. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, to the point that we are defending like Stoke City. It's a big issue, in my opinion, bro. You know? And that goes back to my point about, can he play attacking football? Yes, but he won't, because he's scared. And it almost feels like this guy is out of ideas. And I'm being genuine about this. And yes, it is preseason. Yes, this is only to look at players' form. But, bro, these players do not look ready. These players look very, very overworked. And the system, it almost feels like everybody that we face has just unlocked his system to the point that they know exactly how to play against us. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, he can. But I don't think he will. Because genuinely, guys, I genuinely think this guy is just scared. He's scared. He looks out of his depth. And like I said, it's just preseason, so let me calm down. I don't want to go too far and do the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. For me, it goes back to the title. Are we in trouble? I think we are in trouble this season because, like I said, outside of transfers, these players that we have currently just do not look ready, bro. Because I don't expect them to do a whole 180 in 10 days and go out and slap United 3-0. You know what I'm saying? That game is going to be boring AF, and it's going to end up 1-0 for either for them or 1-0 for us. It's going to be one of those games because United look way more ready than us. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong because genuinely, United look more ready than us this season. And I don't mean, and I'm not saying that basically they are better than us or the system is better than our system. What I'm saying is they look fitter than us. You know what I'm saying? It almost looked like they had vacation and we had no vacation at all. And that's my biggest concern. And I want to pass this back to you guys. And you can, any of you can speak. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this an open floor. Do you guys think we will look better in 10 days' time? Or do you really actually think that Arteta is overworking these players? And does that mean that we are in trouble for the beginning of upcoming season purely because of the fact that we have the start of death? You know what I'm saying? The first 6 games that we have is going to be the biggest test that you can throw a team at the beginning of the season. And with our current form, do you guys think that we are in trouble? Go ahead.
I'd say yes. We are in trouble. For me, one of the biggest issues to some extent is the fact that, yes, we have signed 6 players. On paper, base value sounds just 6 players sounds insane. We don't do that usually. But when you look at it, well, we have replaced Sterling with Madueke, Jorginho with Norgard, Kepa, Neto, and all this stuff. It's like player per player. Only improvement, quote unquote, if we say it, it's Gyökeres. And even then, we have Saka, Havertz, whether you like it or not, Gabriel. Who else was there? Coming back from massive injuries, surgeries, and everything. They're not ready. They will be ready if they're going to be ready, depending on how they recover. I'd say October, maybe November, if we are lucky. Because obviously this is World Cup year. We cannot also forget that. And players will want to play for their national teams. And since we have full team pretty much of internationals as the starting 11 at all, it's going to be rough. It's definitely going to be rough because we don't have replacements. Whether you like it or not, the drop-off from mostly every single starting 11 player to the bench, it's like Grand Canyon pretty much. And that has been an issue for the longest time. And right now, if someone goes down, we have already, you can say, most durable players who never get injured get massive injuries. Like Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Rice, Gabriel. They all get injuries, but they never usually get injured. We have somehow lucked out that obviously Timber as well can go into that, although one season, but still he was better than most of the time than the rest of the players have been. But we have lucked out that Saliba hasn't gotten injured at the same time as Gabriel gets injured. Because if they both go out, we are looking at Kiwi or Calafiori, Kiwi or Mosquera center back pairing. And where is that going to take us in the league? In Champions League, anywhere. It's bad enough that our midfield, pretty much one injury, one suspension away, looks for a massive hole. Let's just put it that way, because Merino yesterday in the midfield, I don't know what I was watching there. I'm not gonna lie,
but I can say, I mean, it's very difficult to find, I mean, a replacement or substitute which is in the same level as your main guy, right? I mean, you're having Rice
100%.
and the Norgard. I mean, you cannot bring somebody who's really at that level and expect them to sit in the bench. I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't buy into the fact. I think we addressed the squad depth. It's a matter of how to get them to play together. You know, you don't need, like, how would I say? You can't get two top level strikers and expect one of them to be in the bench. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, you got to work with what you have. You got to depend also on your youth.
Yeah, but we can also get better players in those terms. Like, you cannot tell me that there wasn't a better player than Norgard available. Maybe it's just because
I think that was a smart
technically
business.
don't have money. Technically don't have money. Maybe that's why. But I don't buy into this that Arsenal don't have money. We have money. We just, you could argue, somehow don't spend it, and we somehow feels like we are the only team that lives by the PSR and FFP like it's the Holy Bible, pretty much. Like, we hold on to it like for dear life and everything. Plus, the Cronkies can put it 109 million of their own pocket when we have seen that happen in any window. When have they shown up for those type of situations? But yeah, I get your point.
For a backup, I think this is a fair 10 million for a backup. I think that's a very fair for a Premier League proven player. I think that's a very fair business, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not rating the player like he's a very top player, but
yeah.
Bro, all I can say about Norgard is, before I let you go, Abs, I feel like Norgard will get swarmed when it comes to actual quality teams that we're gonna face. You know what I'm saying? Imagine in any case, you know what I'm saying? Astaghfirullah, I do not want this to happen. You know what I'm saying? But imagine an injury on one of our midfielders and we are forced to play Norgard in a Champions League game, for example. This guy is very, very mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear why he was like around 10 million, 11 million, in my opinion. This guy is at most, we should play him at Carabao Cup games. He did not convince me. Yes, he's a runner. Yes, he's a tackler. But this guy he cannot spray passes forward, bro. I was not convinced by him at all in these last few games. What do you think?
Yeah, but you... Oh, sorry. Go.
You know what? One thing that he can do... Sorry, I disagree with you there, TK. One thing that he can do, he can play balls forward, this guy. Because he done it with Martinelli in the Newcastle game. He passed, done a few good passes to Martinelli, but Martinelli messed up. He can do that, but as I said before, when it comes to him being on the ball and trying to dribble with the ball, he's arse. But anyway, I want to go back to the Man United game, because that's what the question was based on, yeah? Can we beat them or can we not beat them? I think the Man United game is going to be won in moments. So I think it's going to take some quality from our team to beat them. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but I don't think Man United's are as good as people say they are. I think they're still lacking in the midfield. I still think their defense can be got at as well. Yes, they have Mbeumo and Sesko coming in and Cunha, but they're untested. They're untested in the Premier League. Yes, they're very good individual players. But
the Here We Go came today, by the way, for Sesko.
Yeah. I think I think it's been agreed and everything, and medicals soon. But they're very good, like individual players, but collectively, Premier League's different. Yeah, everyone's having pre-season, but then again, I can say about our front three right now, it's all a mess. So if there's any game that I wanted to play, first game, Man United is going to be a good test for us. I don't want to go into this league with easy games and then absolutely losing them. I think we need to be tested from the start You know what I mean? And Man United will be a very stern test for us. If we can beat them, yeah, that's a very big confidence boost, because going to Old Trafford, as you guys know, is not easy. Doesn't matter what Man United team we're playing, whether they're top, whether they're poo, whatever, they are always motivated, yeah, to play us, yeah. So I think it'd be a very good game, and I think, you know what, getting points against them and winning against them would be excellent. But the problem what I have is Arteta's 11. What 11 is he going to pick? Because we probably, all of us sitting here, and probably TK is going to do that later, or first 11, but we probably know what our first 11 is. But does Arteta know his first 11?
I mean, if he does, he should have played them, in my opinion, because of the fact that we have like one preseason game left, and I don't think we played our main 11 once. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget what Arsenal Twitter account did. They said when we lost, minutes in the tank.
Yeah. Minutes. We got some preseason minutes in the tank. Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
That is the most stupidest PR I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, all I'm saying is, if someone ever buys Arsenal, sack that admin first. You know what I'm saying? and then send away Win the Dog to the vet. You know what I'm saying? Those two things I need from the new owners, if we ever get new owners. You know what I'm saying? But bro, all I'm saying is about the United game, I personally am not worried about Sesko. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, guys. United fans a few weeks ago did not even rate Sesko. They wanted Gyökeres.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, oh, Tesco this. You know the whole Said clip, the famous Said clip, you know what I'm saying? That is a reflection of how United fans move, you know what I'm saying? And I only have one reaction to those people. Yeah, don't let Gyökeres pull up on his old manager and score a brace. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say about that, because those guys paid 85 million for Sesko, which is why we walked away in the first place, because you cannot catch us pay that amount of money on a player who scored the same amount of goals as Nicholas Jackson. We're not going to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple.
But it kind of goes both ways, though, doesn't it? If Sesko pulls up at United and scores 2 goals, and they win, for example, against us, it's gonna.
But I think United have to overpay. You know, United have to overpay. I mean, in my opinion, to get anybody over the line for them and convince them with a team that ended up, you know, I don't know, 15th or whatever they ended up last season. I mean, you can convince players not to play in the Champions League, no European football, 1 week a game. You'll have to overpay. I mean, they paid for Mbeumo 65, Cunha 62, and Sesko now 85 million euros. I think they have to do that, and I think Man United did a good business up front, but I still don't rate them because their midfield and defense is abysmal. But we'll see.
Even with Baleba, if that happens, you know what I'm saying?
When it happens, we can talk about it, but we'll see if it happens.
The only way it could happen, before we continue the whole subject and conversation, the only way I can see it happen, if they end up selling Garnacho for 50 plus to Chelsea and use that funds to fund someone like Baleba. But I just watched Stuffy's stream like half an hour ago. Big up to Stuffy, by the way. And he pulled up a tweet that said that Brighton would want a sum for around like 104 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is going to be Caicedo money, bro. This is going to be Caicedo money. That's all I
think that will be the benchmark for them, you know.
Bro, these guys, but you know what it is? They give those prices and they end up getting those prices, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they set up 104 million and they end up getting like 80. Bro, they set up 104 and they will end up probably getting 100 or 95 at least.
And we can't get 20 mil for Zinchenko and 30 mil for Vieira and all that stuff.
We won't as well. Brighton are like,
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say the Brighton are like Premier League's Portuguese big teams. They just have players, they buy them for literally nothing, and then they sell them for 10 times the value. And we pay that. That's the nuts part. We paid that as big Premier League teams, especially. It's kind of insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
Would
By
be
the
surprised
way,
if
this
the
comment,
Arsenal players.
Baleba is asking them to lower the price, bro. Do you really think that this young kid is going to let them drop 20, 30 million for his ass? It's not going to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do you really? Because Caicedo wanted to join Chelsea. Caicedo had a promise with Chelsea. Did he make them drop the price? No. If anything, they upped the price to make him buy Caicedo. You know what I'm saying?
But for that there was a bidding war, so that's a different case.
I mean,
when
they
you're in a
also they are
Liverpool.
also reporting that we are also interested in Baleba and also Liverpool. So, if anything, I don't think we would make United this transfer that very not us, but Liverpool maybe. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Liverpool will allow them to have a free reign over Baleba. You know what I'm saying? I can see us giving them a free reign because we are incompetent, but I think not more clubs will go for Baleba if
No, I don't think so. I mean,
no, but
they need a defender,
there's a
T.
big
They don't
if.
need a midfielder.
There's a big if. If
If they go for Isak and then
no, listen. If Baleba succeeds in them letting them drop his price, then more clubs will go for him outside of Arsenal and Liverpool. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they're not going to let this guy go for 70 million without challenging them at least. He's a very talented footballer.
But Liverpool are missing a defender, T. They need a defender desperately. I mean, they only have Konate and VVD, and they
Yeah, but-
sold Konza. So
But that's what I'm saying. If the price stays the same, then it could be only limited to Liverpool and Arsenal. And like you said, they probably won't go for him because they need a defender. But if they manage to drop the price, I can see other teams going for them as well. And that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think that will happen in the first place. I think Brighton will stand strong and keep the price where it is, because at the end of the day, he is a very, very talented footballer, and he's not going to go for very easy. Brighton are not easy to deal with in the first place. So it's going to be a very interesting situation, to say the least. I mean, I'm just going to say one small thing about this whole Eze situation, because there's heard that there's a bid. They were not like David Ornstein's or the hand of Arsenal's of the world, so it is a iffy situation, and it's not for certain that this will happen. But apparently, Arsenal are preparing a bid for Eberechi Eze. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing that it will be like 34 million up front, and the rest of the money in like 1 year is what I'm hearing, but I don't know how true that is. What I'm wondering is why it's taking so long. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm personally getting frustrated with this Eze situation, because this Eze situation feels dragged out to the point that it reminds me of the Declan Rice transfer of last year. You know what I'm saying? It got dragged out from the beginning till the end, literally. You know what I'm saying?
But it had to do with the effective date of the release clause, something like that. That it passed.
They're done. It's passed already.
It's been done like
so
a
which
week
means
ago.
so which means that they can negotiate the price now, right? It's not.
They
It's
can
not that
ask
you have to
whatever
pay
they
the-
want, basically, now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
whatever they want. That means it's either higher or lower, right?
It will
I
probably
mean,
be
it
lower
can
because
go both ways.
we want to pay around 60. We don't want to go higher than 60 purely
Yeah.
because of the fact that and that goes back to your point, Rob, because you say we have money and why don't we spend the money? I agree, we have money. We just don't spend the money. But I think, wrote to my brother Trajan in the group chat, because he mentioned this today as well, is because of our wages, bro. Our wage bill is so disgustingly high for mediocre players, to the point that we cannot bring in actual talent, because we have bums like Zinchenko earning 150. We have Martinelli earning 180. We have even guys like Reece Nelson, who is still currently at the club, earning 100K minimum a week, bro. To the point that I think we cannot go for we can go for players, but we won't go for these high tier players, because our wage bill is just disgusting, bro. It's actually disgusting.
We need to offload. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we need to offload, and
But-
that's the one thing I'm worrying is. Yes, we have Berta. Yes, we have trust in Berta. Yes, he's the guy that does amazing business here and there. But at this moment in time, we still have Lokonga walking in the club, you know, so in the training center together with
We
Reece
extended
Nelson.
his deal. We extended his deal this summer. Lokonga, we took that option.
Because he wants to sell it for
we want
value.
money. Yes, because we wanted money, but we're ending up literally having him do this whole preseason with the team. He went to Hong Kong, he went to Singapore, you know what I'm saying, together with Reece Nelson. You know what I'm saying?
But
for me,
flight tickets and the hotels.
But to be fair, Reece Nelson has looked better than Martinelli and Trossard combined in this preseason so far, which is kind of insane, especially given that he has just come back from injury and surgery and everything.
Yes.
Like, that's insane. But regarding Eze, I think could this be the case where we are playing the nice boys here? Because this Saturday or Sunday, I think it's Sunday, it's the Silver Plate Shield, Community Shield, and Palace are in it. Do you think maybe we are not bidding and we're going to bid on Monday, Tuesday next week because we want Eze to allow to play that game? Could there be something to it, or is it just a conspiracy on my end once again? Like,
I think Arsenal are still exploring options when it comes to the last player they want to sign. I think still Rodrygo is in the table, but I mean, for me, I would rather get Rodrygo or Leao rather than Eze, to be honest. Because
we'll get to Rodrygo, bro. We'll get to Rodrygo.
Oh, is it part of the topics?
Yeah, the whole loan situation.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the Eze deal for me, 60 mil on a 27 years old with that kind of wages, like you said, T. I think the only thing that is holding us back is the wages, and I think we're waiting to offload a little bit of players like Vieira, Nelson, and Lokongas, of those kind of players. We need to offload them before we, sign Eze, and yeah, we would have rather to have him a bit earlier so that he have preseason with us and get to know the system, the players, and all that stuff. But to be honest, Eze is a good player, but I really don't want him to come as a left winger. I wanted it to come as a number 10 and maybe even bench Odegaard for me if Odegaard does not perform. But as a left winger, I don't know. He's quite a different profile than Martinelli, and even different profile than Madueke. Is completely different. And again, this goes back to Arteta, and the way he plays offensively is a bit, kind of, lacks of ideas and creativity on how to feed the number 9 striker, which is the Gyökeres of these worlds. And we want Gyökeres to be fed chances over and over. And I think Eze as a 10 makes sense to me personally, rather than the left wing. So I'm a bit skeptical about the Eze deal because of I don't know who he's going to play on the left wing. But it seems from what we've seen the preseason and the price tags that Madueke will be the left wing for me. And I think Eze will play as a 10. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, most likely. We don't spend 45+ million for bench players. They usually start for us no matter how you look at it.
That's true.
That Madueke thing is that enigma to some extent because we don't know what's going to happen there. Most likely he's going to be a left wing, but left-footed player on left wing, that's something unusual for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
we haven't seen that so far.
I mentioned this in my last stream. Isn't it disgusting that we spent the money on Madueke while we need to buy a main team player like Eze? For me, that's such a disgusting move that we did. I still don't understand it till this day. Abs, what do you think, bro? What do you make of this whole Eze situation and that we are probably gonna make a bid for around 60 M's? You know what I'm saying? What do you make of this, bro?
Do you know what, man? This is Arsenal through and through when it comes to negotiations. It's just long, isn't it? It's just long with Arsenal, but I just want to get him over the line. He's obviously a person of interest or player of interest that we've had for a long time now. And Arsenal don't do things, like other teams, like other clubs, like Liverpool's, the Cities and the Chelseas. We like to play around with our food and poke it, you know what I mean, and open it up, see what's going on. So, yeah, it's dragged out. I think we should have got him in earlier. Big up to BBK who's in the chat as well. Big up to Caps as well. I just think that in terms of Eze coming in, it still doesn't address a lot of the system issues that we currently have. So we can bring in 5 6, 7 more players into the team, world class. It doesn't change the fact of the elephant in the room, and that's a system that we play. And what we need to do is forget about all these players that we need. We need to break away from the system that we're currently playing now. It's like, why do we have to invert? Why do we have to have Declan Rice playing in the 8? He's not suited for the 8, in my opinion. Why don't we just play him as a double pivot? Why can we not have another left back, a proper left back, instead of having Miles, you know what I mean, an 18-year-old or however old he is, you know, literally busting his guts every game. There was one thing in the game that yesterday that I noticed. When Miles went forward, he instantly just came back like, oh, I'm not going to go forward. I'm not going to even risk it, even trying to go past the man. I'm just going to come backwards. These are the problems that we have in our system. And I want to see Eze coming in as a creative player. I don't want to see him, oh, he has to now, you know, go lopside and feel tilt to the right now to pass it to Saka. I want to see my players spraying balls all to the left, to the right, going direct through the middle as well. And that's what I want to see from this team, because we can bring in whoever we want. We can bring in Rodrygo, we can bring in all these players, but it's not going to make a difference, unless this manager gets out of his stubborn ways. Because someone said something that was really, I'm always going to quote this, Arteta doesn't want to win. He wants to win his own way, And that's how it is with Arteta, It's his way or the highway, but he needs to break out of this. Look at every game that we're playing now, The set pieces, it has to be an in-swinger into the box. Do you know what I mean? It has to be, it's always an in-swinger, but sometimes these things don't work. Where is the set piece coach? Where are the different plays that we're working on set pieces? I don't see it. All I just see is edge of the box, let's cross it in, someone's going to try and head it, and 9 times out of 10 we don't even head it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously we got Norgard scored a header the other day, but I just get Eze in, and let's just, let's just hope and pray in it, inshallah. That's all we can do for now.
I mean, all I can say about this Eze situation is I feel like the club is comfortable because of the fact that he wants to join us. He is a boyhood Arsenal fan. He is a failed product from Haaland who made it elsewhere, and now he's trying to finish the story like Cody Rhodes did in WWE. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So we are trying to finish the Eze story around these parts in London. You know what I'm saying?
No Lesnar? No Brock Lesnar?
No Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar.
We need one though.
Brock Lesnar will be Rodrygo if he end up showing, if he end up joining Arsenal at the end of the day. But we'll come to Rodrygo. All I have to say about Eze is I think he will join Arsenal at the end of the day. But I feel like the only I don't think Crystal Palace will be an issue. I don't think Eze will be an issue. The biggest issue in this situation is us. The only people that can F up our chances is us, purely because of the fact that we are moving very, very, how should I say, slow with this Eze deal, purely because of the fact that we know that he wants to join us, just like we knew Rice was going to join us, which is why we dragged that deal out as well, because Rice literally rejected Man City to join us at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And we know Eze is also rejecting everyone. And I also saw someone in the chat saying something about, let me look in the chat who said this. Bro, am I blind or am I blind or
which one?
No, the comment about Spurs going in for Eze.
AFC always said that because Madison pulled an ACL, and they apparently they are linked with Nico Paez or whoever that is at Como, but they want about 70 million. So they're saying that potentially.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They could be in for Madison.
My bad.
I'm
blind as a
They've got the money though. They definitely got the money because they wanted to dish out 60 mil on Morgan.
Gibson White.
Yeah. But the thing is with Spurs, I think them dealing with Crystal Palace could be an issue. The only thing that we won't worry about as fans is the personal terms with Eze himself. I feel like Eze, I could see Eze joining Spurs only if there's no other choice at all, and if he doesn't want to stay at Crystal Palace as well. Just like the whole Isak situation, when you commit, you don't want to go back, which is basically what's going on with the Isak situation. I think if Eze does that and actually puts in a transfer request to Crystal Palace, and we end up not going for him, and we F up this whole situation to the point that there is no other choice than Spurs, then I can see him accept a contract from Spurs. But until then, I think he will wait for us. But like I said...
So that means Kudus will play in the right, right? That's what you...
Yes, but Eze will play in the middle. Eze will play in the middle, bro.
The problem, though, TK, though, is there's two factors here, yeah? They need a replacement, one. And the second thing, yeah, if, say, like, Gay leaves, you know, they're not going to let too many of their stars leave.
No.
And isn't the thing this weekend? Isn't
the Community Shield? Yeah.
Community Shield, on weekend. Yeah.
So he's going to be playing. Eze's going to be playing there, isn't he?
Exactly.
He is.
Yes.
Gay
so
as well.
What message does that send out then to like the Palace faithful? You know.
I mean, the thing is, you know, I think the gap between our valuation for Eze and Crystal Palace's valuation for Eze is smaller than the valuation for Guehi of Liverpool and the valuation of Guehi from Crystal Palace, because they want around 50, and Liverpool saying, no, we want to pay like 35, max 40. And Arsenal is willing to pay 60, and they want around 68. Which is the release clause money that they had in the first place. So I know it's just a few million, but at the end of the day, the gap is smaller with us than it is with Guehi and Liverpool. Also because of the fact that they are literally getting one of the best strikers in the world currently, which is going to cost them above 120 million. So these 10 millions that they can keep on other players and that they can save from other players, that could be very valuable to them at the end of the day. So for me, yes, Liverpool are a big threat when it comes to go and buying Guehi, but I feel like we have a bigger chance of buying Eze than they have of buying Guehi. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see the situation. Purely because of the fact that the Eze's head is already turned, and I think Guehi could, for example, end up joining Newcastle as well if they cough up the money. You know what I'm saying? That could happen as well. Anything is possible. But with Eze is, like I said, this guy's a boyhood Arsenal fan, and he just wants to finish the story like Cody Rhodes. That's how I just see the situation. And that's not me disrespecting Liverpool in any way, because these guys are literally spending world money. You know what I'm saying? They are breaking the record twice this season. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why they want to save up 10 million. I completely understand where they're coming from. But with us, we did not end up spending that much. The only reason why we didn't is because we also didn't sell like Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? To be fair to Liverpool, they did not only spend, they also sold a lot of players. And Darwin Núñez, very recently, they sold him for around 40 million pounds, which is still 40 million pounds at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
Núñez.
Yeah, Núñez. They sold him, to your club, bro.
53 million euros.
Yeah,
53 million.
Yeah.
To Al Hilal, yeah.
Al Hilal, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all I have to say for that is, you know what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because their main target went to Turkey at the end of the day, so they can need to buy someone else. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up buying Núñez of all people.
Look at this fraud. Look at this fraud.
You know, I think Núñez would be all right over there, though. You know, I think Núñez would.
Yeah,
be
he's gonna be.
He would, but you know who would be better? The guy that they couldn't buy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, somebody's getting 400,000, 400K a week.
That's 400 tax free, 400 grand, not bad. But
bro,
do you think as well regarding Eze, the longer we drag this out, and for example, Newcastle, Liverpool, the closer they get to Guehi, do you think that will speed us up? and it could kind of end up in a situation where basically Crystal Palace have to choose which one
No.
they want to lose.
No.
I don't think so. No, I think it's like T said in the beginning. We're waiting for the offloading to happen because of the salary cap that we have, and the players like Nilsson and all those need to leave the club before we, I think, get anybody over the line. I think that's what's gonna happen.
But when?
Bro, you know what it is? You know what it is?
I don't
bro?
know when, man.
But that's
For
the
me,
when is
get
the
them out of
big
the club as
question.
soon as
You
possible.
know what it
you
is? All I'm giving you is if we actually were a club that were, you know what I'm saying,
Serious?
very hasty to buy players, and we know that we need those players, we are not cutthroat when it comes to that, bro. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have loaned Sterling, and we actually would have bought Watkins for like 50 million, you know what I'm saying, instead of lowballing them. You know what I'm saying? If we actually had this sense of urgency to the point that we want to fill up positions that are missing players, then we wouldn't have loaned Sterling. If we end up not buying Eze, I don't think this board wouldn't mind whatsoever. The only people that would be angry about that situation is Arsenal fans. They wouldn't care. So I don't think the Gay situation would speed us up. I think we are just doing things on our own pace. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, khalas. That's how this board moves. You know what I'm saying?
Sad times.
It is very sad times. Do you guys have anything to say about this as a situation still, or should we move
I
on
ain't seen no
next?
hard links though to him though. So unless I don't know who's been talking about Eze, but I ain't seen nothing recently that's hot,
Yeah, me neither, man.
hot off the press to say that we're going for him right now.
And this is also true. With us lining up a late move for Gehi, it makes no sense that you haven't bid for Eze yet. Yes, it's been a week plus since the release clause has expired, and we haven't made a bid once. You know what I'm
Have
saying? We
It's
haven't.
3 weeks left in the window.
we
though.
can send a
Hurry
player
up.
though, can't we? We can send a Trossard there or someone like that as well. As
We
part of
should.
it.
We're gonna sign this other defender, Jacquet or whatever from France,
No.
man. I mean, that's
He
the
said no,
solid.
apparently. They said no, apparently. The Arsenal are lining it up, allegedly, basically, as they say, according to rumors, for next season, not 2026. And maybe
Yeah.
if someone leaves. Well,
But also
Saliba
other
in
clubs
this
are
case.
going for him as well, Rob.
Yeah, he's in demand, as they like to say.
Yeah, Liverpool and them men are also going for him. So it's going to turn into the whole Lenny Yoro situation if this keeps up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most
Yeah.
clubs going for him, and whoever pays the most will end up getting him. In my
How,
opinion.
why are we going for defenders for fuck's sakes? I mean, this coach and this board is just going for defenders, man. It's sickening for me, man. We need attackers. We need people that can create something in the pitch, man. We don't want defenders, man. I don't care how the ceiling and the potential of the player. I really don't. I couldn't care less. I mean, we need players now that can perform and get us, what we need, which is creativity in the game. I mean, we lack that severely. We really lack that. Even my grandma will tell you, look, you guys are shit when it comes to attacking, man. Go get you guys somebody who can pass the ball, up front, who can give Yukars what he needs. I mean, it's just man, it's frustrating, watching Arsenal how they are with the signings of defenders and big up to you, Sam.
Listen
Signing
to
of
us, Sam,
defenders,
guys.
man.
Listen to us, Sam. 4 stops away from
Yeah,
100.
guys, come on, 4 subs, 4 subs, and we're
You
gonna
know
hit the
what I'm saying?
100.
More
You
left
know,
backs than attackers. We
Big
are
up
Oh
Sam,
man,
bro.
it's just weird how Arteta is just T. I think you hit the nail there when you said the Saliba injury, and he became a true pussyo when it comes to the player selection, man. I mean, it's an abysmal the way Arsenal and Arteta are moving, and then even the play style from 2022, 2023 up to this season, it just got worse and worse and worse. I mean, it became more robotics. The players lost pace, like Martinelli. Odegaard lost his touch. I mean, even I'm sorry, I don't know what was the guy's name. Even he said Saka we started to see him a little bit, dip in performance, and we keep saying, oh, we're waiting for him to be in form and all that stuff. But I really don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think the issue and the crutch of the situation, Arsenal, is Arteta's system.
Yeah. Yes. He will be the biggest downfall of this whole project, quote unquote, phase 6. You know what I'm saying?
And believe me, if next season, if we don't sack Arteta, if he doesn't win shit, I'm going straight to this bored. You know, I'm done
Yeah.
with this, man. I'm done with this
I
shit.
mean, some
I'm done
people.
with this, man. I'm over.
I mean, some people like Lee Gunnar, for example, they expect when we drop off, like in October or November, around those times, that Arteta could get sacked because apparently he's on very thin ice, and he also thinks that he's getting pressured by the board. And I personally don't see that because I feel like he's very
Yeah.
good with the board. You know what I'm saying? They're gelling very well. As long as you get us top four, as long as you get us the Champions League money, you're good. You know what I'm saying? We know the whole situation. We know the whole fairy tale with the Cronkies. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we never won a major in their reign in the first place. Before we move on to the next topic, guys, make sure to listen to Zir Talks and slap the likes on this video.
Big up
Also,
here.
make sure to slap the likes on the Waffle Don's
Big
channel.
up Zir, man.
You know what I'm saying? And also make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are 4 subscribers away from 100, and it would mean the world to me if I can get this milestone on my first panel stream, bro. You know what I'm saying? It would actually mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to hit 100 subscribers for a while, and it would actually mean the world for you know what I'm saying? To me. Yeah, Rob, you have to bounce in a few minutes, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
ask you this question first. Rodrygo on loan. What do you make of that situation, bro? A loan with an obligation to buy, which would be perfect in our situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you make of that situation? Could you see this happening, or do you think that Rodrygo will end up staying, or do you think he will end up joining Liverpool, or something else? You let me know what you think, bro.
Well, I would love to have Rodrygo at Arsenal. Not gonna lie, I haven't spoken to anyone who wouldn't take him at Arsenal, to be honest. So far, at least. Cannot speak about everyone, of course. But on loan with obligation to buy. Somehow this deal sounds too good to be true. I don't know why. Because from when I usually look how Real Madrid does business, they do maybe small, unknown, younger players. Yes, they loan them out with obligation to buy. Then they put in buyback clauses, and all the shenanigans happen. With their big players, they don't do that. I don't remember on top of my head, at least, like that kind of a big player they loan out just with obligation to buy. Like, there is no benefit to them if they loan out Rodrygo and they get, no money, especially even if they cover the salary in halves. Even half pays Real Madrid, half pays Arsenal. Like, it kind of makes no sense to me. And personally, I don't think it's going to happen unless Arsenal somehow cough up 80, 90 million straight up right now. I don't see it happening.
Is there a loan fee or no loan fee? So, or just straight ahead loan and coverage salary? Well, what's you're muted, T.
I think there would be a loan fee, and I saw that the obligation, it would be an obligation, not an option, for £80 million. And we are also paying 80% of his wages of this season if we end up loaning him.
He's
Which is
on
how much?
250. He's on 250 right now at Real Madrid or something like that.
Around that, yeah, around 250.
Okay.
So we're going to pay 80% of that. We're going to give them a few million for the loan.
200, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to slap on the obligation for £80 million. So,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Financially, it makes
technically.
sense.
Yeah, financially, especially knowing that we don't have money right now. Like, if we look,
Especially that we
from
didn't sell
lens,
anybody.
Yeah. From that point of view, it's like few million if you look at it overall. So it makes perfect sense. Like, there shouldn't be a situation where we couldn't cough up like 8 to 10 million just to pay the loan fee and all this stuff right now. In those terms, it makes perfect sense. But personally, I don't see Perez even doing that. Kind of feels like, even since Real Madrid also is one of like many Spanish teams owned by fans, like I don't see them also kind of being in agreement over that as well.
Yeah,
they would call for his head instantly, it feels like. And I think Xabi Alonso has steadied the ship a bit there as well, so he would play.
Yeah. Before you go, Rob, one more question, bro. Would you straight up swap Saliba for Rodrygo or not?
Right now?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Specifically right now. This window?
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Even if we
Saliba's worth 120 plus, man.
Next window we can talk about that. This window, no. because I have heard some people say they much rather see Saliba go for free than rather sell him. next summer even, which is kind of ludicrous from my point of view, but that's a different story, of course. But this
I mean,
window,
if we ended up winning leagues, then sure, but
yeah, if we lose Saliba, we are not even top 4 anymore. Like, he is one of the corner pieces for the team, no matter how you look at it. Defense has been the only saving grace for us in the last 2 seasons to
Very
be
true.
where we have been. So ruining that, especially with Gabriel at the moment being the one of the unknown factors coming back from an ACL, like it's no.
Mister, so you're not convinced by our good friend Mosquera? You know what I'm saying? You're not convinced?
Man,
We would see.
Look at
We would
this
sooner
fraud,
see
man.
Ben White at
I'm
center
gonna lose
back.
my
I don't
shit,
want to see
dude.
that. TV
Anyway.
Orange, Gabriel, White and Gabriel. I don't want to see White at center back ever again.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, that wasn't a good story at the time. So no chance in hell. At the moment, definitely not.
Yeah. Anyway, big up, Rob.
Big up everyone.
Big up, Rob, man. Big up.
Bro, appreciate you joining. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you joining the first ever panel shows. And we're gonna bring on Rob more on the channel, guys. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to go and subscribe to Latvian Gunner as well. At the end of the show, I will link everybody's channels. Make sure to go and subscribe to Latvian Gunner. You know what I'm saying? Football rig, not rigged, because he's not rigged. You know what I'm saying? He is a rig at the end of the day. And the Waffle Don himself. Rob, it was a pleasure, bro.
Big up, people. Like and subscribe.
Peace out.
Guys, so Rodrygo, talk to me.
Well, I'll let the gentleman at the go ahead, man.
You know what? I don't even want to even entertain it, man, because I don't think we get it. I don't think we
That's
get
what
it.
happened there, bro.
It's just a pipe dream, man. It's just, it's just a pipe dream. It'd be lovely. It's a nice fantasy story. And
No, come on.
everything.
I think it's feasible. I think it's feasible, but especially after the World Cup or the club's World Cup, and we saw him bench him for 4 or 5 games. I think that's very, very feasible and doable.
But why would he come to Arsenal and not Liverpool?
Why would he stay in Real Madrid, first of all? And I think Liverpool are not going to go for Rodrygo, especially that they're going chasing Isak. I mean, they have Isak, Ekitike, Salah. I mean, I don't see them going for Rodrygo as well.
I mean, why would he listen to Madrid in Adamas if he can listen to North London forever? You know what I'm saying? that should be enough.
Or it could be Never Walk Alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it could be one of them ones. I personally don't see it myself. Yeah, so when I don't see something, I just can't talk about it. You know what I mean? It's like I heard about it earlier, and I just thought, no, I'm not going to gas myself up because I just can't see it happening. If I'm wrong, then do you know what? That's fine, but I just cannot see it happening. If it does happen, I'll be the happiest man. But the thing is, what I think about that is, if that happens, if that possibility happens, yeah, then I think it's a rub my back, I'll rub your back. So what happens then with Saliba going the other way, maybe next season? Because they're not going to do us a deal like that without getting something back from us. Obviously we can buy whoever, but yeah, I don't know. Saliba's too important for us at the moment, and I'd rather keep Saliba over Rodrygo right now. I know Rodrygo's obviously class and stuff like that, but if it can happen, I'll be happy with it. But I
think those are totally 2 different things. I mean, we're talking about Saliba leaving because we're getting Rodrygo. I think those are totally 2 different topics, because Saliba, I mean, he didn't renew his contract yet. And I saw a video, I think it was Curtis. Was it Curtis? I think he asked Saliba in the airport, if you guys recall, are you going to sign? And he said, inshallah, or something like that. I mean,
it
seems
God,
that
God is great. God is great with the French accent.
God is great, right? So I believe that Saliba loves the club. I think he's just not trusting that the club will do the due diligence to, win trophies. And at the end of the day, when Real Madrid comes knocking, it's Real Madrid. The best, team in the whole world and the last century as well. I mean, I don't think, because, we got business done with Real Madrid before. I mean, let's not forget Mesut Ozil. Come on, guys, one sub. Don't forget. we signed Masoud Ozil as well, and I think we have good relation with Real Madrid overall when it comes to players, and if they wanna just bench Rodrygo and not play him, and they prefer having Arda Güler, for example, ahead of him, and there's this Argentinian player as well, and they have this young Spanish striker as well. I think it's a good business for them. I mean, 80 mil. I mean, who doesn't want 80 million pound? I mean, they're getting an 80 million pound for a player that is considered a third choice for Xabi Alonso. I mean, come on, that's a
Yeah,
good business for them. I mean, that's why I think it's very very doable. It's just that you need to convince the player that this is the club for him, and this is the business done for them. It's good business for Real Madrid. At the end, you need to sell the project for Rodrygo and say, hey, you're gonna be our main guy. You're gonna be the main 11 of our team, and I think you're gonna. I mean, you're ahead of Martinelli. You're ahead of Trossard. I mean, why not?
bro,
Why not?
Rodrygo would straight up be our second best player in the team. You know what I'm saying? The
Or maybe
player
the first,
the-
maybe the best, maybe the
bro,
best. Why not the
the
best?
only player I actually rate above Rodrygo is if
Saka.
he's in form and fit is Saka.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
agree with
saying?
you.
Because I feel like
And
Saka is more
also he can cover
effective
both
overall.
sides. I mean, he can play the right wing, also the left wing.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a versatility in him,
but the
and
thing is,
he's a winning player
the
and
main
very
thing
clutch.
with Rodrygo, and by the way, you absolute fraud. Remember when Saad, that fraud, moved and talked about, oh, Brahim Diaz this, Brahim Diaz that? Xabi Alonso goes to Real Madrid and look who starts playing football, Arda Güler, you know what I'm saying? The actual top talent of Real Madrid who benched Rodrygo, the player that we want to buy. My star boy benched him. Just know. You know what I'm
Uncomfortable
saying?
conversations.
Uncomfortable conversations because this guy not only took Valverde's
Hey,
number 15,
listen. I'm in Morocco and I have to defend my guy here. Hey,
bro,
listen,
you
I
need to
have to
go.
defend.
You need to go to Spain if you want to defend Brahim Diaz. You know what I'm saying? There you are. There you are. No, no, but big up my star boy Arda Güler. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. But bro, the thing is, and maybe okay, I'll give you two scenarios, okay? And before I give you those two scenarios, I don't see us loaning Rodrygo because, like you said, it wouldn't make sense from Real Madrid's perspective if for him to loan to us unless they get the exact amount that they want. You know what I'm saying? Which is between 80 and 90 million. You know what I'm saying? And we are that kind of club that would say, hey, we are willing to pay you 80, but we are willing to pay you that 80 million in 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? We like to stretch that period as long as possible. Look at Declan
Is that
Rice.
allowed
For
in La
example.
Liga?
It is. I think it is. I think if I remember correctly, it is because of the fact that we wanted to do that already with Rodrygo, if I remember correctly.
Because we couldn't do it with Nico Williams before he signed his death
Yeah,
row
but
contract.
Nico Williams that was his wages. That was the issue, not his transfer fee, because it was 50 million. Bro.
No, also the fee. They wanted it up front, the 50 mil,
Oh,
which is a lot.
But what I heard was the biggest issue was his wages, which is like 90% of the issue. That's what I heard.
No, it was an issue, his salary, but
Because,
also
bro,
the 50 mil they wanted up front.
he would be our highest paid player. He would earn 100K more than Havertz, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the chat can tell us, maybe somebody who knows more about La Liga, and tell us the rules there. If they have to
remind
pay
those guys. Remind us, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, 300K, 350. And in my opinion, it's worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You cannot tell me that we are willing to pay someone like Kai Havertz 285, but we are not willing to pay 300 to someone like Rodrygo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll give you two scenarios, yeah? Either he will go to Liverpool and would do the whole super team situation with Isaac, and with Salah, with Wirtz, with Gravenberg. Yes, that's how you actually say his name. With McAllister, you know what I'm saying? With Van Dijk. He would either go to Liverpool and say, you know what? I'll do this whole super team situation. I'll be like Kevin Durant and join the Golden State Warriors when they have a stacked team. You know what I'm saying? That's what what he could do. Or
don't forget T that it's a World Cup year.
Also that. And that's and I want to add that as well to my point about the second scenario that I want to give you. Rodrygo would be one of our main players for the foreseeable future. And I'm talking about like for the next 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Next to Saka, he would be the main guy in this team, to the point that we even could strip someone like Ødegaard from his captaincy, start playing Ethan at the 10, give Saka the captaincy, you know what I'm saying, and let Rodrygo run loose, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Rodrygo would be one of our main players in this team. He would bench anyone. You know what I'm saying? He would actually bench anyone in this team. Yeah. He could say, you know what? I want a bigger role than the role I get from Liverpool. I want to join Arsenal and be one of the main men of this team. And I'm not saying that he won't be the main man of Liverpool, but he won't be the main guy over Salah. He won't be the main guy over Isak. Heck, I don't think he would be the main guy over Wirtz. You know what I'm saying? He would be number 4, in my opinion, when he goes to Liverpool. If he joins Arsenal, he's either number 1 or number 2. It's that simple, bro. He's that talented. And people cannot tell me that a player with that talent is not worth 300K plus a week. Heck, I would even give the 350K a week, bro. You know what I'm saying? If we are willing to pay giraffes with no legs, no heading ability, no shooting ability, 285K a week, then it would be stupid to pass up a top talent like Rodrygo for that amount of wages. It's just stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's my.
I don't like those type of players, man. You don't like those big personalities, big players like that. You can't handle them type of players. And that's where I think.
I don't think he has a big ego.
I think the man management issue comes into effect, because we can see Slot already. Yeah, he's been working with world class players, very big players. I'm not too sure Arteta would be able to work with Rodrygo, in my opinion.
Why not? I mean, I don't think Rodrygo has that big ego like the Mbapes and the Vini Juniors and all that. I think Rodrygo relatively is a bit humble, in my opinion, and I don't know. It's just from attitude perspective, I think he's a good professional player.
Yeah, and
I
agree.
I think he's a big player. He's a big player. He's going to be on big wages. Yeah, so he's definitely going to be a very big player in terms of like the rest of the players. Obviously, he's going to be a second best player or first best player at the club as well. I would like him to come in, but I just can't see it.
But that's what we need. That's what we need to win. I mean, I'm sorry, Arteta, if you can't handle it, buzz off.
Exactly.
Yeah, and personally, when we look at Berta, and we look at the situation, obviously he rates Rodrygo, he knows Rodrygo, he watched Rodrygo when he was at Atleti, you know what I'm saying? He's a very big fan of Rodrygo, like he was a big fan of Gyökeres, and we ended up buying Gyökeres because we got outpriced by the likes of Leipzig. And now he ended up at Man United, you know what I'm saying? Which is so funny to me still. Voila. But at the end of the day, if Berta has a chance of getting Rodrygo, he will grab that chance, whoever is the manager. Even if we have someone like Antonio Conte as the manager, or someone like Inzaghi as the manager, who doesn't play with wingers in the first place, even then, I think Berta will grab that chance and get Rodrygo if he gets that chance. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like he would... maybe I am very optimistic, but I don't see Arteta's life cycle in this club for that long anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like this team... this team and these players have outgrown Arteta's system. I feel like Arteta's system has peaked, and I feel like the board is also seeing that. And maybe not Berta, but I feel like maybe, like I said, maybe this is optimism from my side, but I feel like his life cycle at this club is not that long anymore. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if Arteta cannot handle egos like Rodrygo, cry about it. You know what I'm saying? We are going to buy Rodrygo whether you like it or not. That will be the answer of Berta to Arteta, because Arteta will not get another 5-6 years, bro. It's not going to happen. You know, even the board is not that stupid to realize that. You know what I'm saying?
If he doesn't win, then yes, I agree with you 100%. But
Yeah.
in your what you just said, I think it's very true because when you're setting up a team like that, we have Saka, we have Saliba, we have Gabriel, we really have a very good team, and we saw that with Liverpool, even with Jurgen Klopp at the last season, he had all of these superstars and world class players, but he couldn't really perform. He got third or fourth, whatever, and at the end, Slot came and just won the league out of nowhere. And I think that could also happen with Arsenal when we sign, a better manager than Arteta, whoever that manager would be. I think he's going to end up with a very, very good squad, with or without Rodrygo. I think it's a very good squad, and I think we can really challenge. But with Arteta, man, it's just I don't know what to say.
And the thing is, as well,
you're punching water.
the thing is, well, I think for Rodrygo to come to Arsenal as well, I think Gabriel will be key in the deal as well, because obviously Gabriel's his fellow Brazilian compadre. So I think he would be
Are we talking about
definitely
Jesus?
key. Oh yeah, Jesus as well. So yeah, the couple of Brazilians, be able to talk to him
We
and stuff
don't
like
count Martinelli
that.
because he's
Project
Bolivian.
and stuff. But
I think he's a fake Brazilian man. This guy.
Yeah, he's Bolivian, bro, Martinelli. So we don't
Bolivian.
count.
He finessed us one season, and he just.
Yeah. And
But
by
this
the
is
way,
frustrating,
I
man.
hope we get the Brazilian Rodrygo and not the Bangladeshi Rodrygo if we
Oh,
end up buying him.
But what is it with Arsenal that like the season starting next week effectively, and we still like haven't got the players in? Just it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy.
We did get the players. I think we didn't get them in the order we wanted them.
Yeah.
Like the Gyökeres came a bit late.
Mm.
We still need a left winger, or we still need the attacking guy. But the squad depth, I think he needed to address that. It's a must. Because you got Jorginho out, you got Partey out, so you need to address that midfield. You cannot play 4 tournaments with just Rice and Marino or whatever we have in that midfield. I think he addressed
it's this.
the history.
It's literally this, bro. Because Berta or not, this is how we move as a club. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I tell people that people like Tim Lewis and Richard Garlick have a lot of influence with what's going on with the business of this club. Because the business pace that we are having right now is the exact same pace almost as what we had with Edu. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with Berta is he can convince players way easier than Edu did, because Edu is a fraud as a sporting director. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, when it comes to the pace of making deals, we are literally almost the same pace. And this is why I'm saying, bro, this issue will not be fixed as long as we have Tim Lewis and Richard Garlick in that board. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we didn't buy Watkins last January is because of Tim Lewis. You know what I'm saying? So and it's exactly like Denzel is saying. It's the history of the Asna. It's just that simple, bro. This is how we do business. Because at the end of the day, this whole Madueke situation was so easy for us, was so clear cut, that the board said, you know what, we want to split it in 4 or 5 years. And Chelsea said, you know what, as long as you take them from us, you can pay however you want. You know what I'm saying? And our board was like, yeah, we got the business done. You know what I'm saying? And now we are struggling to find money to gather funds to get first 11 players like Eze and the likes of Rodrygo. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them situations where, yes, I like what Berta did with this team. Yeah. But I still expect more. This is not enough, because 4 of these 6 players are now replacements. They are not additions to this team. Madueke is an addition to this team, but I personally do not like Madueke. I feel like people are hyping him up too much because of the fact that Martinelli is just so bad that people are so thirsty and hungry for a decent left winger that they started hyping up Madueke for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And Gyökeres, he is the actual only player that actually improves and is an addition to this team. You know what I'm saying? And the only way this could work if we buy Eze as a 10, and if we buy the likes of Rafa Leao or the likes of Rodrygo as our main left winger. Because then you have 3 additions to this team instead of 1 addition in Gyökeres. You know what I'm saying? Because this team looks the same. It's the same boring tactics. It's the same players. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bored. And at the end of the
I have
day,
a question for you, T.
Yeah, go ahead.
If let's say Leao, Rodrygo, and Eze, which one would you choose? Only one, would you?
Rodrygo. Bro, Rodrygo. Yes. I would get Rodrygo
about-
in a heartbeat.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name of the gentleman at the bottom.
Waffle done, man.
Waffle Don. So what about you, Waffle Don?
No, it's gonna be Rodrygo, isn't it? Obviously, isn't it? It's definitely Rodrygo. Definitely taking Rodrygo. He's the highest one out of all them players, isn't it? He's the Ochelon or whatever you want to call him. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he's world class. So yeah, I'm definitely taking Rodrygo. Leao will be obviously a second, and then I'm not even thinking about Eze as a left winger.
Yeah. And also, Sammy, don't forget, the club doesn't also see him as a left wing, apparently. They see him as a midfielder.
Yeah.
So
By the club, you mean Arteta?
I mean, that's what the reports are saying. So anyone, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like this club is just preparing us for Madueke being our left winger and Eze being our 10. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't see Eze sitting on the bench as well. You know? And
I don't see Odegaard also sitting at the bench, at least the first couple of games.
And also, where's Ethan going to play? Is he not going to play more centrally? Is he not going to be the Odegaard backup? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of question marks, and we just don't know what Arteta's plans are. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I have a feeling he's going to shock all of us.
How?
I don't know. Maybe you'll see a Madueke left back, or something like that. Or some shit like that.
We'll see Madueke.
Honestly, at this point, I'm not gonna be surprised at anything this coach will do. I'm sorry.
You actually want to give me an aneurysm by saying stuff like that, right? Like actually, but the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised as well. That's the thing, I genuinely.
That's what I'm saying. Surprised. I'm not surprised. It's not what I want. It's just, man, this Arteta.
See, the thing is as well. You can. This is the great thing about Arsenal now, and like what Latvian was saying that about having a £50 million that has to start. Player has to start. I don't agree with that. I don't necessarily agree with that because the top teams have big players that come off the bench. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
City had Grealish. Nunes at some point, I think he was 68 or 70 million. But Liverpool, I know he didn't get that many games last season, but big teams, they have big money signings coming off the bench. I can see Eze and Odegaard maybe playing and maybe Declan Rice behind or Zubimendi.
When did Arsenal do that?
What's that?
Last player I can remember is Nicolas Pepe. Who actually scored against us?
Do you know what we
don't move like that.
Yeah, but we're starting to pay more for players in this day and age. So Madueke obviously 50 million.
I'll give you that. I'll go back 25 years. Tell me the last time Arsenal did that.
Did what?
What you're saying is paying a lot of money for a player and just as a bench player.
And to be fair,
I can't remember 25 years ago. So you know what I mean. That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and
no, I'm just giving you in the past 25 years. When was the last time we did it?
The 50 million of today. The 50 million of today is like 20 million back then.
Sure. You can include inflation at that point, and I don't mind. If you tell me 20 years we signed somebody for 30 mil, which is wow at that time, I'm down for it. It's fine. But give me a player that we did sign for a significant amount at that particular time, and we actually benched him, or he's a bench player.
We didn't.
What's significant money back 25 years ago?
I'll tell you. 25, 30 mil, even 40 mil was something at that time. It was, comparing to this time, it could be relatively, 50, 60 mil. Yeah, I mean, considering the inflation,
I,
all that
I,
stuff.
I would have to
I mean,
look at
since we
the,
moved to the Emirates,
I would have to look at the teams to actually even think that, because I can't even think of a team like
from the
on the
top of your
squad
head,
as
from the
well.
top of your head.
I
No,
mean,
I can't remember.
back then we had
I haven't got a great memory. I haven't got a great memory like that. To be
yeah,
honest.
but
I don't
back
have
then
a
we
great
had the likes of Wiltor,
But,
we had Kanu, but we didn't pay like actual big money for them. You know what I'm saying?
but that's the point that I'm trying to make, and I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. Yeah, Saka will be starting. It will be our starter. Yeah, Martinelli is probably going to be our starter. Madueke is going to be on the bench. Yeah, either Odegaard's, or if we get Eze, yeah, one of them is possibly going to be on the bench. Yeah, you know, Eze's what 50 million, 60 million, or whatever. So the game evolves. Yeah, Arsenal will evolve. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not you're not going to see a situation in the future where we're playing every single player over 50 million. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the players themselves are going up. Obviously, Declan Rice, he's not going to play every single game. Yeah, there's going to be times we're going to have to rest our £105 million man. He's not going to play every single game. So.
No. Aside of resting, no. Forget about resting. I understand resting and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's definitely going to be times where players are not performing. You know, they're out of source and stuff like that. Maybe carrying a niggly injury or something like that. So I can see it. I can definitely see it. You know, because
look, what I see personally,
the higher the stakes, the more money. Look at Arteta. He spent over £1 billion on players now. You know, and
I'll tell you what. By the way, if they sign Eze, we passed the 1 billion mark. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is it depends on the game, and this is where Arteta really fails big time. Is he can't read the game. His in-game management is shit. Is absolutely shit. Meaning that if you are controlling the game, and it's a low block in front of you, right? I wouldn't play double pivot, in my opinion. I wouldn't play Zubimendi and Rice. If I was the coach, I would play, if we get Eze, just for the sake of the argument, if we get Eze, then I would play Rice, Odegaard, and Eze, right? Because it gives me more flexibility in how to break them down. But if I'm playing...
Go.
So if the game is a bit, we're going toe to toe, let's say against Liverpool, for example, and Liverpool are a strong team, or we're going against a prime City or even Chelsea, and it's really important for us to win that midfield to control the game, then yes, I would play a double pivot. This is when I play Zubimendi and Rice, and then maybe either Odegaard or Eze. Depends on which one is available or in form, whatever you want to call it. So for me, that would be my way of approaching the game. But I don't see Arteta doing that. Arteta is a bit stubborn with his starting 11, and he has favoritism in some players, I would say. And I don't know. That would be my approach when it comes to the games.
Yeah.
But I never saw Arteta doing it, because we never seen Arteta, do a substitution unless it's like for like. A defender for a defender, a striker for a striker, a winger for a winger. He never changes the formation and say, okay, let's remove a defender and get another additional midfield just to, overload them because we're, controlling the game and we need to win it or something like that. It's just Arteta's still learning. He's still, at the bottom of the learning. He's too pragmatic, yes, but he's also still learning. This is his first managerial role.
How can he be learning, man? It's like
you have to understand that that's true. That's true, because no, I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying
I'm not saying,
it
but
is.
how can he still be learning when it's like 5 years at the same?
Look, 5-6 years in football managerial world is pretty much young, in my opinion. Unlike Slot, when he came as a winner. He won trophies. He won the league in his domestic league in Netherlands.
It's not like Slot is a way longer manager than Arteta. You know what I'm saying? It's they started around the same time, and if anything, Arteta had a better learning master than Slot did, because Slot was the assistant manager of Cambuur. He was the youth manager of PEC Zwolle. He went to AZ, became their assistant coach, and then he became their main coach. You know what I'm saying? And that was around 2020.
But that's a good learning curve, right? This is where you set somebody to success because he got there level by level. You give somebody the first managerial role, a big team like Arsenal, you set him to fail.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yes.
my humble opinion. Unless he's somebody like extraordinary, like Xabi Alonso, extraordinary elk, the guy who won the league without losing, and being
Yeah, the
invincible.
Invincible, yeah.
It's which is very rarely we've seen this in the world of football. Maybe
Yeah.
one out of a million. I never seen it really happen often. So that's why I say Arteta is a bit. He's been set to fail, to be honest, and like you said, he reached his peak. He's run out of idea. He's quite dry, and he's really nervous on the touchline, and he's like giving instructions and over giving instruction to the players, and you sometimes see the players are playing with
Yeah.
shackles and all that stuff. I mean, it's just I don't
And
know. I don't know,
and a
guys.
lot a,
It's
a lot
just
of people are losing interest and losing hope in the guy as well. I think the amount of people
yeah.
that still back him
Yay!
is that amount. You know what I'm saying? Like actually.
They're mad, man. Man, I wasn't in a Twitter space that other day, man, and I've been arguing with Arsenal fans, and I went berserk on Arteta because one day he had this comment about when we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup from Newcastle, where he said the ball was different. And I
Yeah.
went crazy on that video, even though somebody said no, you got it out of context, and it's the question was about Pep Guardiola. I said I don't care about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola won a fucking treble. He can do whatever he wants. He can coach while he's naked. I don't care, man. The guy has a lot of credit in the bank. You don't
Yeah.
compare Pep Guardiola to Mikel Arteta.
Even
This
even
is
if
insane,
even
man.
if even if Pep doesn't win anything for the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years,
Yes,
I still
Yes.
wouldn't
Can't even talk to
scrutinize him as I do
Yeah.
Arteta, because Arteta only has won one FA
FA
Cup
Cup.
with a team that he doesn't consider his. You know what I'm saying? He won it with players that
Yes.
he doesn't rate. He done it with players that our fans booed at the Villarreal game. You know what I'm saying? AKA Pepe, bro. Which I don't understand till this day. Why did we, in God's name, boo the Pepe? You know what I'm saying? Like this fan base that go to the stadium, you know what I'm saying? And with all the respect, anyone can support this club the way they want. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not belittling anyone when it comes to supporting a club in a certain way. But you back this guy to the point that you boo players that did nothing wrong to this club. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's wrong with this whole Arteta situation and the fans, because a lot of fans are coming to this side, but there are also a lot of fans that just back him blindly to the point that they even boo people like Pepe who didn't deserve that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's out of his depth, he's out of ideas. And one more thing before we end the stream, because we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I wanted to keep this under 2 hours, but you know what I'm saying? Streams are streaming, you know what I'm saying? Subjects are subjecting. I just want to finish off by doing one thing which I forgot at the beginning of the stream and I wanted to do, is some player ratings. And I want to do player ratings for the game that we watched the other day. This is the player ratings from SofaScore, but we are going to give the player ratings ourselves, obviously. You know what? We'll go from bottom to the top. So you go first, Abs.
So how are we doing this? From the goalkeeper first, yeah?
Yeah, goalkeeper first, and then we go right back, left back, and then
Yeah.
the whole way around.
Raya, I thought he was dodgy. I don't think he was that great, so I'm going to give him a 4.5.
Fairs. Sammy?
Oh, we're just doing player by player. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't see much of Raya, so I'm just gonna give him a 5, to be honest.
I'm going to give him a 4 because I feel like he is almost just as liable for those goals as Kiwior was. I feel like
Lapianski, mate.
Raya was all over the place. He's actually all over in the last few games even. You know what I'm saying? And in this game, it was no different. So I will give Raya a 4. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing from Raya in this preseason, bro. He's very annoying currently. Abs, right back.
Ben White, To be honest, yeah, I don't really see much from him, you know, to be honest. So I'm going to give him maybe... Ooh, he's getting a 4, man. There's some low ratings here, bro. So he's getting a 4. He's getting a 4. I don't rate him at all.
Sami?
Well, for me, I think Ben White. I mean, I saw a couple of good runs that he opened. I mean, he overlapped with Saka and he opened up a little bit. But when it comes to defense, he looked a bit sketchy a little bit. So I'm gonna stick with I don't know, like 5.5.
Yeah. I'll give him a very average 5. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he did look somewhat decent going forward, but outside of that, like Ab said, I didn't see him much. He wasn't really an eye catcher. So I would say he's a very average 5 in this game. Saliba.
The score he's got there, man, 6.5. I think he was all right in parts of the game. He's just a good defender, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we leaked 3 goals, but Saliba's just class in it, so 6.5.
Yeah, same here. I think it's a very fair rating for Saliba.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. He wasn't. He was not the problem of our defense, but we did concede 3 goals, so I will give him a 6 average score. You know what I'm saying?
So you're looking at the leadership part of him.
Yeah, bro, Saliba is Saliba at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It was the guy next to him that caused all of the chaos, and he's going to be the next rating. Abs.
He's getting a 2 from me, man. Straight 2. I don't even want to even talk about this guy. I'm not. He's just getting a 2, and that's it. I don't even want to. Now you know what it is. He's on that Real Madrid tax right now, and you know, last few games of the season tax where he's kind of forgotten his place, yeah. But yet the performance on its own yesterday was shocking, yeah. So he's getting a 2.
Yeah, well, I'll give him a 2.5.
I'll give him the same rating as the amount of goals that we conceded because of him, which is 2. So I'll give him a 2 as well. The fraud. He literally dropped his price tag by like 10 million by dropping this stinker, bro. Like, actually, you know what I'm saying?
So
we are trying to sell you, bro, and you're dropping your price. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think Arsenal refused to sell him.
Yeah, no, we want to sell him, and he's also open to move because he wants to first team football, but we don't want to sell him for less than around 45-50 million. So it's going to be an interesting one. MLS.
I'm not enjoying MLS at left back force. I didn't enjoy his game against Villarreal, man. I just felt that he was okay, but there were some things I didn't like. It doesn't feel natural for him in his position, because obviously he's naturally a midfielder, isn't it?
He is.
I want obviously against Pepe. You know, Pepe had a good game against him, but he wasn't mad. He didn't make loads of mistakes in the game. Miles was decent, so I'm going to give him a 6.
I think he was a bit overdoing it this game. For me, I don't know. I felt like for some reason, like he's overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna give him a 7. But you know, he had a good game, but yeah, I felt like he was overwhelmed a little bit this game.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I feel like he needs to do a lot in his team, and he is everywhere. You know what I'm saying, on the pitch. So, but you know, I would normally give him a 5, but I will give him a 6 for this game because my guy got nominated for the young Ballon d'Or. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm saying? What was it called again?
Young player of the season.
Yeah, it's basically the Ballon d'Or, but for young players. And the thing,
PFA or something.
Yeah. I see that one.
And the thing is,
that's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Hey man, that's like one of the few things that goes well in this club, which is one of our youngsters. You know, what I'm saying big up to Skelly, bro. I will give him a 6, an average score. Um, yeah. Now we go to, in my opinion, one of the best players of the day, Ethan Wanyeri.
Yeah. I liked what Ethan was doing yesterday, man. Obviously quieting down in the second half, but you know, he's nutmegging players, going past players with ease. You know, kept getting fouled, but he couldn't do it all on his own. And you know, him and the other player that we're going to probably speak about. Oh no, I don't think can't even see him on here. But yeah, I'm gonna give Ethan a 7. He's getting a 7 from me.
Mm.
No, 7.5 for me. I think he stepped up. Yeah, like you said, he didn't have any support. He played with Marino and Norgard. So, what do you expect? But I will give him
Yeah.
7.5.
I will give him I will give him a solid 7. I feel like the one thing that Ethan did was being very active, being very sharp, you know what I'm saying, getting past players and not afraid to take on his man, unlike some certain Norwegian fraud, you know what I'm saying? But the one thing that Skelly did, which I did not like personally, is he was all over the place. I feel like he was forcing it too much at certain times. And sometimes, bro, you need to calm and just pass the ball to the guy next to you. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down a little bit, you know? And don't shoot from 45 meters when you're taking a free kick. Like, what are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? It was one of those situations where I respect the effort, but at the end of the day, he was sometimes doing a little bit too much for my liking. But I did like what I was seeing. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to the guy next to him, which for
We're
some
missing
reason
that T. We're missing that kind of
we do,
audacity to
but
shoot.
it can also go too far sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened a few times because he got caught up a few times. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to guess up everything that he does. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, now we go to the guy next to him, which for some reason has a higher rating than Ethan. I don't understand why, but Norgard.
Yeah, yeah, he had his patches where he looked okay. I think the phase of play before the goal, I think he could have got to his man a bit quicker before the shot came in. He was just out of position. I don't know who he was marking or what he was doing, but yeah, there's something about Norgard. I don't know what it is, yeah, but he can look rash sometimes with his tackling as well. You know, sometimes his tackling looks rash as well. He does give away the odd free kick at times as well. But yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. You know, I'm being very harsh today, I know, but he's getting a 6.5. Obviously, he scored the goal as well, so that's the 0.5. Yeah, but yeah, 6.5 for me.
I would give him a 6 just for the fact that he scored a goal, and that's how these ratings here work with the goals and assists and all that stuff. But for me, I mean, he didn't do much. I think any player could have scored that goal, so it's nothing really special about him.
Yeah, he had the whole like he had 10 minutes to like he could have made a cup of tea and scored that goal. The amount of space he had.
Yeah. I mean, for me, he's a very average player from what I've seen currently. So he will get a very average score of 6, in my opinion. He wasn't too bad, but he's also just not great. He's just there, you know what I'm saying? He's just another body.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
sometimes, and if you play a midfield of this guy, next to him, you know what I'm saying? You will get a very boring, very slow midfield. And clearly that was the case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Norgard gets a 6 for me. And now we go to the striker that for some reason played midfield yesterday.
You know, the thing is, yeah, Marino is one of these players, yeah, is that you don't notice him unless he's scoring. Yeah, you don't really notice him on the pitch unless he's fouling or unless he's scoring. You know, I didn't really see much from him, to be honest with you. So I'm going to give him a 6.
For me, he's a 5. He was too slow. He wasn't there. He made stupid mistakes, stupid fouls, no impact whatsoever in the game. So
Yeah, I will give him a 4. I thought he was terrible, bro. I don't like him as a midfielder. I feel like just as Havertz, just put him at the striker and leave him there. You know what I'm saying? Never put him at the midfield ever
so
again.
every midfield we saw, we got to turn him to striker. Is
Yeah,
that what we
like
are?
actually, bro, this guy is so slow. You know what I'm saying? And the midfield that I saw yesterday, I never want to see ever again. You know what I'm saying? I never want to be in a situation with this team that we are forced to play Merino and Norgard next to each other. You know what I'm saying? I thought
I hope not.
I thought Norgard and Rice was boring until I saw this midfield. You know what I'm saying? Like actually, bro. Until I saw this midfield. So I would never want to see Merino at midfield ever again, especially next to Norgard.
So where are you
The
going to play if
captain.
he's not midfield?
Yeah, I mean, backup striker, sell Havertz to Bayern München. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. But that's a fantasy take. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But at the end of the day, for me, when it comes to Merino at the midfield, he just doesn't have the legs to be a number 8 in this team, in my opinion. He's just very slow. You know what I'm saying? Every time he turns on the jets or tries to accelerate to a player, he's just way too slow, and the ball is already gone until he is there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like someone like Merino at the midfield, especially next to just a slow guy, aka Norgard. You know what I'm saying? The captain, aka Starboy, aka I don't look fit because I was injured and I'm still playing every minute almost.
People ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, yeah, but I just say what I need to say, innit? Saka, I'm not enjoying his game right now. You know what? I'd say obviously positives. He was getting into good positions. You know, he had a couple of shots. You know, he put the ball in the box a few times. Good defending by Villarreal. But for me, he's still just. If he wants to be world class, yeah, he's got to be putting in better performances than that. And we can give him all the excuses that he's getting back to fitness and all of that kind of stuff, but you see world class. You know what world class looks like. You know what world class performances look like. And for me, you know, there's another player that's outdoing him right now. You know, and it's Dalman right now. And for me, that's not looking good for Saka, because when Dalman came on the pitch, he was just doing things that Saka hadn't been doing. So Saka's going to get a very low 5 for me. I don't think he was great yesterday.
I completely disagree with Don Waffle. I think Saka was, you know, doing it by his own. I mean, the crosses, the shots. He's carrying the team. But when you're talking about Max Dauman compared to Saka, these are two different profiles, in my opinion. Saka is not known as a, you know, like a very quick dribbler, you know, but he's known to be very effective in his runs. Either he takes down his man and shoots, or he takes it to the wide wing and then crosses it. That's what Saka is good at. But you're asking Saka to do some you know, trickster dribbles and stuff like that. I don't think he has it in his pocket.
No, I didn't say that at all. You never heard me mention that at all. I said
no, it's what I'm saying. Is what I'm
great.
saying.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
he was
see
great.
he has that kind of flair. You know what I mean?
He used to when he was younger. He used to, but obviously now he's more of a robotic system type player. But yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, if you
so
buy a
7.5
2020 car and you use 500,000 miles on it, then yeah, it will look not as fresh as it used to back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say, because Arteta
that also
used
can take a toll out of him. Yes, you're right.
every ounce of energy and muscle that this guy had, to the point that this guy looks the way he is, because I actually believe that this guy needs a long break. Like, he needs to be rotated a lot this season to get back to his old self, in my opinion. And I low-key agree with you both on this Saka situation, because I felt like he wasn't the best, but he also was one of the only people that was actually trying to do something. Because our left side was completely dead. We'll come to it, but our left side was like completely dead, and everything that went right, quote unquote, was from Saka's side at the end of the day, even though he wasn't the best on the day. So for me, I will give Saka a very average 5.5. Like I said, he wasn't the best, but he did the most out of everyone in the front line, even if you include Gyökeres. But I felt like Gyökeres was...
He was most effective in the first half, I think, Saka was.
Yeah, he was. He was. In the second half, it
Damn,
it
and
dropped
I
off.
thought I was harsh.
Yeah. No, yeah, bro. Because for me, 6 is an average. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he had an average performance. So
And the thing is, you know, sorry, just to cut in again. The thing is, Saka is not, I would say, like a power runner, yeah, but he's deceptively quick. You'd be surprised how quick he is, yeah. But I just don't think he's at the races right now. I just think I don't see why our manager is playing him so much, you know, during pre-season as well. I just this infatuation with having to play Saka all the time. Yeah, I don't get it. You know, just let the guy rest and let him come back. You know, when he's 100%. I get the feeling that when, you know, Arteta says to him, "Do you know what? Do you want to stay on the bench?" He kind of like sulks, and he just can't do it. It's just Saka. You know,
And now we have Madueke who can cover.
Yeah, exactly. And Madueke is quick as well. But yeah, we get him.
yeah. Gyökeres. What do we think, guys?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, a lot
First
of people.
game at the Emirates.
Yeah, do you know? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I used to play striker myself. Yeah. One thing, Gyökeres didn't get a lot of service. He didn't get very much service. I felt Gyökeres just constantly had yellow players. You know what I mean? Yellow shirts around him constantly. It's almost like he found it difficult to, you know, move from his markers at times. There was one bit of play where he tried to turn inside and shoot, but it got blocked. He had another shot as well. I wasn't expecting too much from him, so I really didn't see too much from him. A lot of people said he made a lot of good runs and stuff like that. Maybe my stream was not that great, but I didn't see it myself personally. But for me, Gyökeres looks a bit off the pace for me. And I like Gyökeres as a player, but he doesn't look like he's fully there. Match sharpness at the moment. So I can understand that. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
For me, I think maybe not training for a month since he retaliated against Sporting, caught up with his fitness, maybe. And I hope that's the case, and he just needs minutes in the tank, according to our Arsenal admin. But overall, I think as a number 9, he did do his, part, and we didn't really give him the chance. So that's a solid 6.5 for me. I wouldn't really put out a lot on him because I didn't. As Waffle said, I didn't expect much because there was no creative chances for him, and we didn't really give him what he needed until we benched him, and then we got Odegaard and the rest of the players in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say how it is. I don't think Arteta knows how to play with an actual striker. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is one of those games where it was just clear that they expect Gyökeres to drop deep. They expect Gyökeres to spray
Waffle, go
past
teach
his
him,
left.
please.
What'd you say?
I'm saying, Waffle, please go teach him how to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
what to do with the number 9.
I wish, man, but I'm a bit too old for that, man. I'm a bit too old.
It's like I said, I felt like I don't think Arteta knows how to play with a striker to the point that it just looked very weird. It almost feels like the system was playing around him instead of with him. You know what I'm saying? He was just there, and the players were like going past him or around him and blah blah blah. He was basically trying to create something for himself at some points. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Yeah.
And I feel like we need to play way more through the middle than doing this whole backwards, sideways thing, because I don't feel like we will get the best out of someone like Gyökeres if we do the whole backwards, sideways thing. So for me, I feel like we need to go way more through the middle. That's why Eze is vital to get in this team, like very important. So he can play 10 and actually do those line-breaking passes to get Gyökeres these chances. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I cannot blame Gyökeres for this performance purely because of the fact that it almost felt like we just put him there and hoped that it would work out without actually changing the system to the point that he would fit in that system. You know what I'm saying? We did not change the system per se, but fit him in the system to the point that we also focus on him and not only focus on going to the wings and crossing the balls like we do every time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we need to adapt to a player like him more. And this was one of those games that it was very clear that we just did not adapt to a striker in any way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I will give Gyökeres a 6, because I cannot give him a high number and I cannot give him a very low number purely because of the fact that we did not facilitate this guy enough, you know. And he did all, and the chances that he did not look great. So I will give him a very average 6. And now, last but not least, for the starting 11, and we will breeze past these ones, guys, because it's 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I do not want to keep everyone for too long.
You know what?
So, you know what I'm saying?
Martinelli, 4. I don't want to even talk about Martinelli right now. And one thing he did, one positive he did, is that cross to Saka, and Saka headed it over. I felt like Saka should have done better. He was trying, but yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5. Sorry, I'll give him a 5.
4 for me.
0. Moving on.
There you go.
The substitutions, which was a lot. Mosquera.
I'm gonna give him a 6.5. I like him.
Yeah,
He was good.
I saw it was a bit pacey and all that stuff, but I don't really see much from him to really judge him, so I'm just gonna give him a solid 5.
Yeah, I will give him an average 6. I felt like he did look decent. He looked fast, but he also looked a little bit rash. So for me, I will give him an average 6. So Zubimendi.
Yeah, well, Zubimendi
Do you
looks
know
sharp,
what?
man.
I don't even. Do you know what? I didn't even see much of Zubimendi, so I don't know. I couldn't. I don't think I was focusing on his game, so I don't know. I'll just give him a 5, or I'll give him a 6.
Well, for me, I think it was 6.5. Zubimendi was really great in controlling tempo and all that stuff, but he didn't have the chance and time to, offer more that we needed. But yeah.
Yeah, I will give him a 6. Average performance. Once again, it was not like it was one of those situations where I thought, "Wow, Zubimendi, I really missed you in this game." No, it looked very normal to me and not the best per se. Kepa, we can skip Kepa. I don't feel like we need to rate a substitution keeper. Timber, he's fit again. Good news, at least.
I'll tell you something. I can't remember a lot of those subs that came on, so I can't really rate them. Do you know that? I can't remember Timber. Maybe he was decent, but I can't remember. Timber being on, to be honest.
Like you
I
said,
think it was too short for us to rate them, actually.
Yeah, the only player I'll rate probably out of this list is probably Dalman, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dalman looked sharp, man. And
by the
also
way, one thing about Zinchenko, he got absolutely ripped when he just came into the game. The player did like a 1-2 step to the left, and Zinchenko was sent to the shops, bro. And I was thank God you have 2 players in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Even though one of them is injured currently. Let's just do this as a whole. I feel like Ødegaard was just Ødegaard. Declan Rice was Declan Rice. Max Dauman, once again, the eye catcher with no picture. This guy doesn't even have a picture on SofaScore.
Yeah. Won the penalty. He looked lively. I'm gonna give him a high score. You know, I agree with that 7 because when he came on, he won the penalty, but he was lively. Every time the ball came to him, he was just looking. He was just direct, and he was giving the other team nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro.
Surprisingly, even Madueke looked good, man. I was shocked.
He didn't, bro. He didn't. Don't overdo it. He was not good at all, bro.
Well, compared to Martinelli and Trossard, man, he did.
Bro, I would look better than Martinelli and Trossard there. You know what I'm saying? You would rate me a 7.5 if I played this game. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them situations, bro. Like actually, bro. Like all things considered, guys, this whole Noni Madueke hype. Let's calm down. And I'm not telling this to you guys specifically on the panel. I'm also telling this to the people in the chat. Calm down when it comes to this Madueke hype because we still need to see the worst of this guy, which is going to happen eventually. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, this was the stream for today. We went a little bit longer than expected because this is my first panel stream and I don't have any structure whatsoever. I just winged it. You know what I'm saying? In the future, it will be a little bit. It will be a little bit better with more structure. So bear with me, guys. We did not hit. I was hoping that we would have hit 100 subscribers on the stream, but I didn't.
What are we on?
99.
Well, I'm gonna make it 100 now. Hold on a sec. Let me do it now. Let me do it.
Yeah, it's.
Let me do it.
If anyone did not subscribe in the chat as well, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe and also like the video. I know this is a very long stream. What happened to you, Sammy? Where you go? Where did you go?
Hold on, T. I'm signing in. Hold on, I'm signing in my other account so I can see if.
No, chill. No burner accounts, guys. No burner accounts. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
No. This is an active account actually. This is active.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. If that's the case, fair enough. You know what I'm
The
saying?
funny thing is, how do I find you, man? Because you never come up straight away, man.
Yeah, you need to do TKA football.
TK football. Yeah?
I did. I couldn't find you as well.
It's like at and then TKA FTBL. If you type that,
TK
FTBL.
FBTL.
FTBL, football, but shorter. You know what I'm saying? FTBL.
Yeah.
Is it like
100 now? You got 100 now, bro.
Hey, finally. Okay, guys.
Alhamdulillah.
I've hit the 100 subscriber mark. Alhamdulillah. More to come, inshallah. You know what I'm saying? Road to 200 starts officially today. You know what I'm saying? I want to appreciate the chat. I know we dropped a lot of numbers because it's been a long stream, and which is understandable. People are getting tired as well. I want to appreciate the panelists, Sammy, Abs, and also Rob, who joined and left after an hour because he's also very busy. You know what I'm saying? First ever panel stream. More to come in the future, inshallah. I'll be probably back maybe tomorrow or next day. Tomorrow, I'm 100% on the Quora pod at around 9 UK. So make sure to subscribe to Saad's channel where you can see me, Sammy, Saad, Ashraf, and maybe Souls do the Quora pod on Friday evening. And I'll probably be back on Saturday for the Athletic Bilbao watch-along. And I'm hoping for a better performance by then. So you'll see me when you see me. So you'll see me at the Quora pod tomorrow 100%, but maybe you'll see me at Saturday as well. So make sure to turn on the bell notification so you know when I'm live and when my next live will be. Make sure to subscribe to the fellas as well. Make sure to subscribe to the Waffle Don. Make sure to subscribe to Football Rig and also the Latvian Gooner. Guys, it was a pleasure. Big up, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Cheers.